I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the Special District Association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station, so if there's news or event information that you would like to share, call us. The number is 970-677-4119. And if you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Tuesday program for August 18th, 2020, DCTV Daily News. Hot, and dry. So another reminder that here in Dolores County, we have an open fire burn ban and a strong suggestion that everyone be super diligent about any sparks or potential fires between the dry fuel and the hot, dry air and winds. Fires can spread very quickly. The Journal updated yesterday on the 4 large wildfires that have been spreading in Colorado in hot and dry weather, including one that has grown to 133 square miles. Much of that fire is the cause of our hazy, smoky skies. The lightning-sparked Pine Gulch fire north of Grand Junction, burning in remote, rough terrain, remained 7% contained, while the Grizzly Creek fire east of Glenwood Springs was at 39 square miles with no containment as of Monday. A 57-mile stretch of Interstate 70 has been closed for a week because of that fire. 2 newer fires were also burning in northern Colorado. The Williams Fork fire, which started on Friday, was burning on 9.9 square miles in a remote area of trees killed by beetles about 2 decades ago near the town of Fraser. Firefighters said that it is believed to have been human-caused. Meanwhile, the Cameron Peak fire, 15 miles southwest of Red Feather Lakes, started last Thursday. It has spread to 18.9 square miles and is burning in heavy timber stands in rugged terrain, firefighters said. Its cause is under investigation still. In southwestern Colorado, Cortez set a new record temperature on Sunday with a high of 98 degrees, the National Weather Service said. The previous record for the day was 95 degrees, set just last year. Suffice to say, it is a really hot August summer for 2020. And additionally, the Tres Rios BLM office is going into Stage 1 fire restrictions on August 20th. That is the Uncompahgre office and the Gunnison Field office under Stage 1 restrictions, including no campfires except within agency-provided fire grates at developed sites. Devices using gas, jellied petroleum, or pressurized liquid fuel are permitted. There are smoking restrictions, no chainsaws with details on those restrictions as well, and no welder, again with specific details, and no exploding targets. Due to the determination of the fuel conditions on the lands, the Forest Service also should be releasing an increased level of fire restrictions in tandem with the BLM, meaning the Bureau of Land Management. Be careful out there. And now let's take a look at our local weather for the week. Today, still smoky and hazy from the fires, sunny with a high near 93 degrees with south-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming north-northwest in the afternoon. For tonight, smoke may linger, but clear skies with a low around 60 degrees with north winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour shifting to the east-southeast after midnight. For Wednesday, again, areas of smoke in the early morning. Sunny with a hot high near 93 with east-southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour. And into Wednesday night, mostly clear and a low around 61. For Thursday, sunny again with a high near 93, light winds with gusting to 20 miles an hour. For Thursday night, partly cloudy and a low around 61. For Friday, sunny and a high near 91. Friday night, mostly clear and a low around 60. Into the weekend, Saturday, again sunny with a high near 91, with Saturday night partly cloudy and a low around 60. Sunday, sunny and a high near 90, with Sunday night partly cloudy and a low around 60, and maybe starting to cool back a bit next week, starting with Monday and a high of 89, lows in the upper 50s. And now, back to the news. As viewers are well aware, our water resources in Southwest Colorado are so very critical to our way of life. From residential to farmers and ranchers, we are all dependent on having enough access to good water. The Journal writes a proposal by Montezuma County to expand property rights by increasing residential development potential in the upper Dolores River Valley has prompted concerns about density and water quality. A public hearing proposed land use codes was set for today, August 18th at 9 a.m. in the County Commissioners Room. The meeting will be attended by person and will be broadcast online through the Zoom link and on the county's YouTube channel and available thereafter to rewatch. Public comment will be taken at the meeting and via online. Proposed land use code changes would reduce the minimum acreage for a single residence plus one accessory dwelling in the Dolores River Valley from 10 acres to 1 acre. The Planning Commission also recommends a 1 acre minimum for the category of single residence plus one accessory dwelling throughout the county, down from the current 3 acre minimum. Setback standards for new construction and septic systems from the river are also being reconsidered. Currently, within the Dolores River Valley, all new commercial and residential construction, including individual sewage disposal systems, must be set back 100 feet from the existing stream bank of the Dolores River. The county is considering reducing the 100-foot river setback for septic systems to just 50 feet, which is the state standard. Reducing the 100-foot setback for new construction also is under review. The 10-acre minimum standard for building in the Dolores River Valley and the setbacks were established to control density and protect the water quality of the region's main water source. Engineered closed system septic systems are required for new construction throughout the county, and that standard would remain in the code. Quote, the Dolores Valley should be treated no different than any other area of the county, Rod Pope, chairman of the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Board, said. Engineering and proper construction can accomplish any structure on any slope, and this engineering also exists for sewer systems. About 100 people have submitted comments about the proposed land use code changes, said Planning Director Don Haley. A journal review of the comments showed support for the current code and its section limiting density in the River Valley. Concerns about increased development range from potential impacts to water quality and potential risks of more construction close to the river and in the floodplain. Quote, setbacks and density are the key elements against irreversible degradation of the watershed and water quality, states a letter from the town of Dolores, signed by Mayor Chad Wheelis. The letter states that the 10-acre minimum lot size was based on a 2-year study in 2003 that, quote, determined a total of 620 residences could be built in the Dolores River Valley without harming water quality and water availability, and the recommendations became part of the Montezuma Land Use Code. Many commenters also urged the hearings to be postponed until the risks of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic subside. In presenting its recommendations for the change, the Planning Commission chairman said that the 10-acre minimum is too restrictive for property owners and that modern construction and engineered septic systems areas sufficient regulation. The Dolores Valley section of the Land Use Code, quote, needs to be eliminated as it affects private property owners' rights in an overreaching manner, Pope said. The Center Square reported on Colorado State's mandatory extensions. The last Friday announcement by the governor extended the mandate for masks, which he had said would be just 2 weeks at one point, to yet another 30-day period. They write, Colorado Governor Jared Polis on Friday signed an order extending the state's mask mandate for another 30 days. The extension comes just as the initial executive order mandating mask wearing that lasted 30 days was set to expire. The governor signed the initial mask order on July 16th, despite his previous skepticism over the state's scope to enforce a statewide mask mandate. We have learned that widespread mask use is a low-cost and highly effective way to reduce the spread of COVID-19 infections by as much as 65%. Friday's executive order states, broad adoption of mask wearing in Colorado may have significant economic benefits by allowing the state to prevent reclosures of businesses and schools and ultimately return to our normal lives more quickly, end quote. Under the order, all individuals 11 years old and older must wear masks while they're in public indoor spaces. The order also includes an amendment that exempts mask wearing for people performing life rites such as weddings, funerals, graduations, and baptisms. Colorado has had 52,219 total COVID-19 cases, allegedly, and more than 1,700 alleged deaths, according to the most recent data from the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. Here's a side opinion brief. So, are we really in a health crisis still? Are there statistics to show that the hospitals are overrun? No. Are the actual sick cases increasing? Which is a matter of opinion if the testing, in any which way you do, is at all close to true data. Many would say no, and deaths, again, are a statistic that is difficult to trust, given so many problems with financial incentives to misdiagnosing cause of death versus had a virus in their system and died from other causes at the time. There's a huge lack of confidence in the governmental news releases as data and information has kept changing over the last 6 months, and the pointing to science remains unscientific in many cases, and sometimes decisions don't appear to be science-based, but anecdotal or a guesstimate at the best case. In any case, here in Dolores County, we just added a second case, this one active, and one officially tested positive and recovered person in the county. So out of a population of 2,000 about, we have on record 2. We wish the person with the illness right now a speedy recovery. And though people are all the time getting sick from a myriad list of diseases, not least the which infections from viruses, the level of crisis remains a murky and divisive public health situation in which the government top-down state approach here in Colorado has been on the side of draconian mandates and capricious in nature. See the closing of bars at 10 o'clock and the lack of mandate enforcements for protesters as 2 examples. But this shouldn't be all doom and gloom or hatred and finger-pointing. That's not going to get us anywhere. Let's hope we all together can navigate the path forward towards a healthy future, however that will look. It appears Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, 2 names I never thought I'd be saying on DCTV, enjoyed a little slice of Southwest Colorado last week, renting out the entire Dunton Hot Springs Resort for allegedly $43,000 a night. TMZ reported the couple were at the mountain getaway, and the Journal shared their report. Dunton Hot Springs is a 500-acre resort about an hour southwest of Telluride in our very own Dolores County, with several mineral hot springs and high-end amenities. Even a typical night stay in one of Dunton's private cabins runs $1,000 or more a night. Kourtney Kardashian posted photos of herself and her son at one of the hot spring pools to Instagram, as seen here. But it doesn't look like West took the opportunity to solicit Western Slope votes on his bid for president. Yes, in case you hadn't heard, TMZ reported West went back to Wyoming to work on his political campaign. West owns a $14 million ranch in Wyoming. According to the Denver Channel, he will be on the presidential ballot in Colorado, Oklahoma, Utah, and Vermont, and then in Missouri, West Virginia, Arkansas, Ohio, and Wisconsin. The rapper has made the ballot, but the signatures have not yet been verified, and a few are actively questioning the verifications of the signatures. There is also a debate if he met the deadline in Wisconsin. And while he is successfully meeting the deadline in New Jersey, West withdrew his petition to be on the ballot over questions about the required signatures. West missed the deadline and will not appear on the ballots in New York, Kansas, Maine, South Carolina, Texas, Michigan, and Florida. West has listed Wyoming spiritual coach Michelle Tidball as his vice presidential candidate on his filings. So, as being the managing director of the Chamber of Commerce here in the greater DC area, why in the world is the county not collecting a lodger's tax that would fund tourism industry activities and support the DC Chamber? Don't worry, I'm on it. That will be something to be put to the BOCC for the future. And links to this and other stories and videos of interest locally are posted on our Facebook page, which is DCTV Daily News, where you can also watch the program replay along with news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station, so if there's something you'd like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com or call 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel and the DCTV Daily News page on Facebook. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day.